Hi, Aries.
Thanks for your likes and your shares and your subscribes. Spirit and universe, what are the messages for Aries? My dear, dear Aries, in life and love this June. Messages for Aries. Madison, shh, settle down. If you hear snoring, that's my pug Maddie. Messages for Aries in life and love for June. Okay, 2 more shuffles. Okay, let's sing one more. We are doing a 9-card spread plus significators for each row. Okay, let's pull the significators. What are the clarifying significator cards for each row? One more shuffle. Awesome. Okay, bottom of the deck, the Hierophant, reversed. Kind of stepping out of the box this month, Aries. Now, this could mean also a non-traditional, not following tradition, societal traditions in relationships. If you're watching this for a love relationship, this could mean also the dissolving of a relationship. And I say that specifically because we have the 3 of Swords here as a significator. I'm going to set these apart a little bit. But what I like to see, Aries, is I think you're happy about this. This is a breath of fresh air for you. I don't know if you're striking out on your own or if there's been some major shifts in a relationship, because this tradition or new love could be, a new offer of new love could be coming towards you. Something that is a lot more emotional than possibly what you had before, or this could be a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, but these are offers of love. These are proposals, initiation of love, someone coming toward you with seriously emotional offers in a good way. It could be out of the blue or coming towards you in a non-traditional manner. Now, very interesting, because this Ace of Wands here does, in that it's reversed, it does indicate that this might not be something new. This could be the resurfacing of an old relationship, something that made you extremely happy at one point. But then it could have taken a turn for the worse. There could have been some walking away. Now, if that was the case, Aries, the fact that this card is here, even though it's reversed, does mean that there was a lot of future planning involved with that relationship at one time. There was extreme happiness. It didn't get to the pinnacle of happiness at that point, but it was there, and it was an emotional decision to walk away, and it was certainly something you wanted to stay with the Knight of Wands reversed. Very interesting start to this reading. There was a lot of happiness, a lot of potential in that relationship at one point. That's why I think this could be the resurfacing of an old relationship. It could be kind of coming out of the blue, too, because even though this doesn't mean the initiation of something new, it's definitely a start of something. Does that make sense? It's not something brand new, but it is still the start of something. And there are some very, very, very serious offers being made here. Could be from a water sign, could be from an earth sign, could be from a fire sign. Now, let's get to your reading. Center of the reading, Aries. 4 of Pentacles reversed. So where in the past you may have been, money may have been an issue, saving money may have been your sole focus, and or you were holding on to, like you were creating barriers and like retreating into yourself, keeping your distance, not fully prepared to open up. Okay, that's what this card means when it's upright. But that this is reversed, you're definitely ready for a new beginning. You're definitely open to love and open to something new. And I also see this here. We'll get to the significators in a minute because we have the Four of Cups reversed here. This means that you're not shrugging your shoulders in apathy at offers of love. You're actually extremely open to them, and you're making a pretty good decision. Something that's taken a while for you to get toward, to move towards and be comfortable with, definitely. Because with the High Priestess here, you may have been very afraid that you were psyching yourself out. You may not have been very trusting of the intention initially, but the fact that you are so open and the fact that something very strong may have ended or is ending, and this is now in lieu of that or kind of resurfacing and surfacing in front of that, you were being very careful and cautious. You're not holding your secrets, you're not tapping into your intuition, but you're not thinking along those lines at all. I feel you're just ready. You weren't 100% ready, but now you are. Now you're open, now you're making that decision, because now you're no longer feeling left out in the cold. This could very easily have been a decision, because a decision to feel this way. Because sometimes, Aries, you can get so passionate about your own feelings, right? So passionate about that somebody hurt you. So passionate that they lied. So passionate that they cheated. So passionate that you're ready. You're excited and you're wanting to prove them wrong or move on. You are the epitome of initiation and passion. And so the fact that you don't feel left out in the cold, which typically when you're heartbroken, typically when something doesn't work out, usually, and typically sometimes when you move on so quickly, it could be because you feel left out in the cold and you're trying to prove a point. So there's some spite that could typically be wrapped up in this, but not right now. This has nothing to do with that now. The fact that you don't feel left out in the cold and you feel very confident about this decision now, not initially, kind of came out of the blue. You're feeling very good about this now. Interesting. When we do the extended, we'll definitely pull several clarifiers on this row. Now let's talk about this King of Cups. Because you do have quite a few reversals. Now reversals typically aren't bad, they just are different energy than we're used to. And when we have the King of Cups reversed and the Queen of Cups upright on the same row, Queen of Cups is a significator. That's part of the reason why I feel that you are making a decision to be open. You're not letting things affect you. You're not letting other people's opinions or a situation affect you. You're just deciding to be happy and move on. Move forward. Accept an offer. All right, not rashly. This is something that's very familiar, something that you're maybe cautious to trust again, but open to it. All right, with proving, hey, your barriers are down. You're also not wanting to put in a lot of work into this, and this is good. This is why I think you're really warming up to the whole situation, because at this point it feels as if I feel like you're comfortable in your own skin and you're comfortable with your decisions. Now, let's step back for a minute because there is a lot of water here. So this could very easily be a water energy that is coming back, or a water energy that was one point very negative force in your life. It affected you very negatively. and now it's coming back around, like kind of explaining itself. Could be why you're not sure of it. Could be why it's very untraditional and kind of out of the blue, but ultimately makes you extremely, extremely happy. But they could be coming back to explain themselves and their actions here, which very likely, Aries, you took, you may have taken that the wrong way. And no blame on you either, because there's two people in a relationship. So if you're taking something the wrong way, it's your job to kind of see their side of it, but it's also their job to see your side of it. But this is a very interesting dynamic here. We're going to pull some clarifiers on this. I may pull some clarifiers on this even in this portion of the reading. Because whatever this was very negative, because the King of Cups is manipulation, deceit, using, right? This is somebody that is so in tune with other people's emotions that they know how to use them for their own benefit. They'll take extreme advantage of you. And you being so innocent and optimistic, Aries, you can very easily be taken advantage of by this type of personality. And it can deeply affect you for a long time. Because you truly believe in the highest level good. You truly believe that while you may have negative encounters with people, you ultimately believe that everyone is good and no one actually would really take advantage of you. But this did. But whether this is a decision or coming back in an explanation towards you, I don't think you're letting it affect you anymore. You don't care anymore. You're just going to be open, because just what I said about your optimism and humanity and people and goodness, I think that you know or believe that that trumps everything, ultimately, in the long run. And so you're just letting your guard down and you're just deciding you're not feeling left out in the cold. You don't feel in financial despair. You don't feel like someone hurt you or whatever this was. Who cares? I'm not going to let it affect my future relationships. So a very positive mindset this month. Very optimistic, very hopeful. Very, very generous in that you're going to allow people to show you who they are over a long period of time before you're just going to pass judgments. Not naively, though. Not naively at all. Because you're very, after this happened, and this could very be somebody from your past, after this happened, you're definitely very aware of the darkness that human beings can put onto each other. So you're not doing this in a naive way, but you're just deciding to be open. And I know I keep saying that, but it feels so free. This reading feels so free for me to do for you. You're not even becoming over-prepared in any way, emotionally, work-wise. You just, this is like being very prepared. Okay. Stacking the deck in your favor. But here, you're not trying to stack the deck in your favor. You're not trying to hide yourself from a situation. You're just open. And it's very interesting because all of a sudden, again, there's not a new beginning here. This is something from your past in some surprising, weird, non-traditional way. And whether or not, whatever transpired in the past, you're not letting it affect your future with this person, with these communications. There's a lot of communication. You're not naively accepting it, but you're hearing them out. Okay? You're still open, but you're not giving it all away. You're actually kind of remaining pretty silent on the matter, but you're open for this witty banter. Okay, this also could be short distance travel, weekend getaways, going to the beach, going on a hiking trip or something like that. Lots of communication coming at you. You could be involved with multiple people. You could be also dating. If that's the case, you could be dating or talking to several people. Some are more open than others. Some you trust more than others. In either way, you're not really letting it affect you. You're just still in a very good spot and very optimistic about all of it. But with this Fool reversed, definitely something that is not a brand new beginning, because it never fully ended. Even if you thought it ended in your mind, even if it was 100% done, and maybe years have passed now, it's still kind of resurfacing because of their actions, no actions of yours. And because of the state that you're in, you're like, okay, all right, I'll hear you out. Now, the Page of Pentacles reverse is interesting because this is solid communication, okay? This is somebody that is, comes to you and is very certain of their intentions, and they make that very clear in their communication. Solid. I want to see you. I don't want to date anybody else. I have long-term intentions for our relationships, yada, yada, yada. That's what this is, coming from a very emotional place. It's also what this is, coming at you with truth and trustworthiness. The fact that this is reversed means you're not fully trusting it yet. I think the communication is there, but this has happened in the past. Heartbreak, third-party relationship, maybe multiple relationships had third-party relationships, so you're not really trusting the situation. Again, you're open, but you're not naive. Let's pull a couple clarifiers here for you, and then we'll pull a lot more in the extended. But for those of you that are watching, while this may sound and feel like a very light, warm reading, it's pretty interesting. Your mindset is very interesting. And you know what's interesting too is I don't see swords in like a Knight of Swords or a Page of Swords, King of Swords, or Queen of Swords, which means you're not kind of playing chess or calculating with the information. You're really taking it at face value. You're hearing it at face value, but you're not believing it at face value. Very interesting dynamic here, Aries. Let's pull, I'm going to pull one clarifier, High Priestess reverse, King of Cups, Page of Pentacles in this, and then we're going to get into the, well, then I'll pull an Oracle card, and then we'll get into the extended. Off the top of the deck, Spirit and Universe, please clarify these 4 cards for Aries. Please clarify these 4 cards for Aries. Off the top of the deck, 2 more shuffles. Okay. Okay, again, all reversals, very interesting. 9 of Pentacles clarified by the High Priestess reverse. So this most certainly could have to do with the fact that you weren't 100% trusting a situation because you weren't feeling whole yourself at one point. You may have been having money issues, or you were too heavily reliant on a relationship to kind of make up that gap that the money issues were causing. Does that make sense? Because Aries, as the Queen of Wands, which is what you represent, the Emperor and the Queen of Wands, money's a major factor in your self-worth. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to be rich, and stable and egotistical and proud of all the money you have. It has nothing to do with that. It has more along the lines to do with the state of humanity in the world today. And correct me if I'm wrong, please leave your comments, but with your optimism and passion and understanding of your own capabilities, Aries, am I wrong in saying that your love for stability and money has nothing to do with the ego factor of it? It more has to do with, I'm a solid human being and I know how to take care of myself, and I'm not going to let stupid, petty excuses get in the way of me getting what I want. Okay, this is all self-worth stuff. I know I can wake up early, do what I need to do in the morning, get a great job, save my money, be responsible, be accountable, all of that stuff. Because in this world today, especially in America, there actually is not really any excuse. You feel this way, right? There's no excuse to be a stable citizen in America today, especially with the internet. I mean, there's just, you kind of feel like when you aren't able to make ends meet, it really impacts your self-worth, because you're looking at yourself saying, it's really not that hard to get a paycheck. Like, it's really not that hard. And so it really impacts your self-worth. And so you may really hold back from something and really misjudge a situation because your self-worth is being impacted. So the good news about you, Aries, is you quickly know how to fix that. You can turn that situation around. That's why she is so wonderful. Recognize the situation, fix it. Because of your capability, your responsibility, and your accountability to yourself and to just humanity in general. Like, you're like, if I can do it, everybody can do it, and everybody can do it, so I should be able to do it. That's what this is about, especially if we're talking about issues in a past relationship. And please leave your comments below on this one, because I love that dynamic about an Aries. And I want to make sure you guys are all on the same page with that. Okay, so here we go. King of Cups reversed, clarified by the Six of Pentacles. This is very clearly talking about a one-sided relationship. It wasn't reciprocal. There was definitely more effort put in on your side. And remember when I was talking about this watery energy, they know how to emotionally take advantage of you, suck away your life, and you give and give and give and give and give because you believe everything they're saying, and it's just bullshit. Because they're just trying to take from you. They're like energy vampires. So, and they're not always like that. I'm not saying that, but when they're in a reverse mode, yes, definitely. So this is very clearly a one-sided relationship. Okay, you put in the heavy lifting in the relationship by far. But now you're not going to let it affect you anymore. Okay, Page of Pentacles clarified by the King of Wands reversed. So, yeah, you're not fully trusting the situation yet. There's some remembrance of how it made you feel. You may still be getting back up on your feet a little bit. I don't really think that that's the case, though. This just kind of has to do with, like, I'll show you my intentions once I'm certain of your intentions. But I'm going to remain a little aloof and somewhat coy until I see some proof of your intentions and some loyalty from you. That's kind of what this is. And you don't want it to be that way. It's bothersome to you. But they are making their offers. Whether you trust them or 100% or not yet, you're still allowing them the opportunity to show you. And then we have this Three of Swords situation clarified by the Tower reverse. So no, it all didn't come crashing down. It may have felt like it at the time, but it's not 100% over, even though you may have thought it was. So now it's a matter of they kind of need to reinvigorate those emotions in you because you were just shut off to them for so long. Like, in your mind, you were never going to talk to, I kind of feel like in your mind, you were never going to talk to them again, and you were fine with that. But if they're going to come back around, then, you're not going to get all excited about it until. Okay? All right, let's pull an oracle card. Spirit and Universe, please clarify this reading with an oracle card for Aries. Okay. I don't read these reversed. Oh, somebody else got this reading. I can't remember who. Las Guana. 39. Okay. This was a nice, very nice meaning. Listen to these words, Aries. Keywords: sunken treasure, discovery of self, and adventure. Las Guana tells us to pay attention to our dreams, to listen to the murmur of the waters, to note the patterns in the damp, fallen leaves, to listen for the distant high sounds of angelic music among the stars. She also suggests soothing baths, hot tubs, jacuzzis, trips to the nearest spa or hot springs, and dips in the handiest sea, pond, or mountain lake. Mud baths also help us quiet down and become strong enough to explore her territory, which is the earth and the waters, from the depth to the heights. As important as it is to explore the inner realms, she tells us that exploration of the outer realms is also vital. She suggests that we go places we've never been, try things we've never done, take classes in subject we always meant to study someday, maybe even learn a language and see where it takes us. Explore widely and deeply in our own world so that we develop the adventurousness of our spirits. It almost goes without saying that she recommends exploring the fairy world. She also, okay, I don't like to read that. It talks about kissing frogs and finding the prince, whatever. It's weird. I'm not into the fairy world. I like the descriptions of these cards, but I don't get into the whole fairy thing. But regardless of my personal feelings, let's talk about the meaning of this card and how it applies to this reading. Because, Aries, you most certainly are open to new experiences. You very likely may be trying new things. But unlike, quote unquote, your old self, you have been exploring the inner realms and getting in touch with the groundedness, and that's keeping you at bay, and it's keeping you from being naive because of what this person did, because of how you reacted to them, because of how you allowed them to take advantage of you. And so very good outcomes. And frankly, if this is somebody kind of resurfacing from the past, I don't know that it's this person per se, but somebody else, you kind of keeping them at bay and not jumping all in is actually keeping you in extremely high regards. You doing this, okay, while they do this is having them develop extreme respect for you. And it's good because all of this, you're not feeling left out in the cold. You're not having to worry about your past situation anymore. You're not having to worry about your current situation anymore. You're in your jive, you're in your vibe, you're in your zone. That's what I was trying to say. You're in your zone, you're doing your flow. And, if they want to come in, you're not just going to let them take all your time, take all your energy, take all your emotions. Very much keeping them at bay. Okay. I love you, Aries. We're going to pull a bunch of extended, specifically on these. We're going to pull a couple extendeds on this grounding, this bottom of the deck energy, because there's several messages here, and I want to clarify that. We'll pull clarifiers on everything else, again on this, again on this, again on this. But I love you. That link's below if you want it. If not, stay tuned. I'm going to be doing a you and them, like your X spread reading. And then I'm also going to be doing a 6-month overview. So with that being said, I'm going to get into those probably later next week. So if you would like to get a private reading, get one, because it'll take me about a week and a half to get all those out, maybe a little bit longer, and I don't want to be backlogged on my private readings. So get those in if you're interested. All right, Aries, I love you so much. I'm so glad to be back, and I will see you soon. Bye.